Hello, this is Walkinator 007, aka Jazz, and I'm going to be showing you how to do Final Rush Skip, the easiest way, the absolute easiest way. This is going to be the most consistent method probably out there right now, and it is an improved version of the bounceless method. If you don't know what the bounceless method is, I recommend you learn that first, but I'm just going to be teaching you the whole thing anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Now, first of all, this strat is improved because instead of rail switching off of the rail where we use to skew our gravity, I'm going to jump off of it. And that means I'll have this blue aura around Sonic, which allows us to do certain things. One of those things is do a homing attack cancel, which could give us a little extra distance. The other one of those things is something called a pause hover. Now, I'll briefly explain what a pause hover is, because it's important to this strategy. Because you might end up needing to use it. Basically, when you jump in this game, the longer you hold the A button, the higher you go. So that was a very high jump, because I held the A button down the whole time. And that's a short jump. Now, the way the game calculates how high you're going to jump is how long you're pressing the A button, obviously. If you were to release the A button mid-jump and then press it again, you do a homing attack. So you can't just start getting that extra height from holding the A button unless you pause the game. See, now I have paused the game, and if I press A, the game will unpause. And if I keep holding A, I'll be doing an A input without doing a homing attack. And as you can see, you fall slower. And in this case, I actually go higher up. It's almost as if I did a full jump. So what this means is I can do a short jump, like, say if I did a spin dash jump, I could do a short jump, and then extend it later with a pause hover. That's embarrassing. I didn't expect that extra bomb to be there. But anyway, that's just a demonstration. So, yeah, that's what a pause hover is. It's very easy to do. Just mid-jump, you press start and then A. It's real simple. So that's not hard. And let me actually just properly start this and get up to the place that we need to be. That was kind of bad, but I'll go with it. Okay, so we want to get on this rail here to do the skip. Right where I am right now, the steepest part of this downhill part of the rail, this is where we jump off. And what you're going to want to do is jump off of the rail without holding a direction, jump off of the rail, because we want to jump off, we don't want to rail switch off. And then immediately after that, release the A button, because we want to use our A button height later on in the skip. We might not even end up needing it at all, but if we do need it, we can use it later on to gain extra height at the end. So just jump off of the rail and then hold forward, pretty much. And also hold the left trigger, because we want the camera to switch. And as soon as the camera switches, we're going to hold entirely left, pretty much. And I'll do that, and then I'll explain what to do next. Okay, so now we want to basically balance Sonic right about here. Look at the background. I actually jumped off of the rail too late, but you sort of get the idea. If this was actually correct, the tower right above Sonic's head would be right below his hand. But I jumped off of the rail too late because I paused in the middle of it, and I haven't practiced doing anything like that. So anyway, the first thing you're going to want to learn is maintaining skewed gravity and just falling like this. Now, I've already fallen way too far, so I'm not going to be able to complete the skip. But essentially, this is the first thing you need to learn. If you can do this, the rest of the skip is very easy. This is really the hardest part. Okay. So the next part of the skip is after the camera switches and we get our angle correct, you're going to want to start counting. As soon as the camera turns around, you want to start counting. You want to count exactly 18 seconds. It might be more like 17 and a half, but count 18 seconds. So right now, I want to start counting 18 seconds as I get Sonic balanced out here. And I'm going to have to just guess because I wasn't counting. I'm going to guess 42, but obviously you want to look at the timer. Okay, so this might be too early or too late, I don't really know. It wasn't too early, because I would have hit a kill plane and died. But this is probably going to be a good demonstration, because I probably turned too late, which means I'm not going to have a lot of height at the end, which is where the pause hover comes in. So, basically, after 18 seconds, you want to lose skewed gravity and turn exactly to where I am now. Look at Sonic's hand and the clouds in the background. That's where you want to be facing. I am way too low. I turned way too late, and I'm not going to make it. This is simply because I wasn't counting. You have to turn at basically exactly 18 seconds. This time, I'm actually going to focus, and hopefully I'll get it. Okay, so that was actually properly 18 seconds this time. So this should make it. Ignore that. That was me accidentally flicking the camera stick. It shouldn't have done anything negative, but yeah. So this time, we'll actually properly make the skip. Because I actually counted. Counting is important. Okay, so you want to aim just towards that middle tower. I forgot to mention during the recording of this that there is a kill plane that you want to avoid to the left. You normally don't have to worry about it if you took the right angle during the skip. But if you went too far left, you might have to steer to the right to avoid it. Right now, I can already tell I have enough height to make it. If I was too low, in fact, I think I'll add the pause hover. Just to get over the invisible wall. The invisible wall can sort of freak me out sometimes, and I don't like hitting it, so I just pause hovered over it. So yeah, if you need to sort of judge at the end if you're going to make it or not. If you think you're too low, you can add the pause hover, and then you'll probably make it. And if you're high enough, you don't have to add the pause hover, because actually using it loses you a bit of time. So you just have to judge it yourself. If you think you're gonna make it, don't use the pause hover. If you think you're too low, use it. And just that little bit of extra height can really be a lifesaver, and it widens the margin for the turn after the 18 seconds. And there's a visual cue that you'll need to learn for if you're high enough or not, which is this line right here. If you are below this line right here, you will not make it without the pause hover. So if you're going to go below that, use the pause hover. If you're up where I am, you're fine. You don't need the extra height. That's very embarrassing. So yeah, there is an invisible wall there. That I'll just leave that in because it's a perfect demonstration of that invisible wall. I haven't practiced hitting that invisible wall in a while, so you might want to just pause hover to get over that. It is still easily possible to hit the goal ring if you hit that invisible wall. You just need to be expecting it, and you need to like hold the opposite direction of the direction that you're gonna get pushed in, and that will land you in the goal ring. So I easily could have made that, but I'm stupid. I'm also just really bad at the skip. But hopefully I have given you all of the tools you need to be more consistent at this skip. This is really the most consistent method, in my opinion, just because the other methods don't get you nearly as much height in the end. So, had I used that pause hover at the end, I totally would have made it. But since I didn't, I still could have made it, but I didn't because I suck. It's not hard. This is actually a pretty easy skip to do. So if you want to save a ton of time over not using the skip, then go for it. Peace out.